All right, so I am going to discuss how to swap Harmony One coins to Onemoon using MetaMask. So it's a little bit of a process, and I'm going to go through the steps that I went through to be able to do some of that swapping. Now, one of the very first things that you need to do is to make sure that you have connected to Harmony One's mainnet. So if you haven't done so already, I provide the documentation link right here below. It's not too difficult to do, but once you have MetaMask installed on your system, then you'll open up MetaMask and you'll go to the drop down on the top right, and you'll, I believe by default, if you just barely installed MetaMask, you'll probably disconnect to the Ethereum mainnet. But you can create a custom RPC, right? So the one mainnet is not going to be there by default, so you have to do this manually. So you'll click on custom RPC, and then from there, you'll be entering information in a text in a box that looks like this, right? So you put the network name, and this is actually a snapshot that I got from the documentation. Here, the network name says Harmony Mainnet, but my network name, I have it as One Mainnet. And then the rest of the information here, you can just identically copy that, or you can go to the documentation. They have other options there. This worked out for me just fine. And so once I hit save, I now have the mainnet for Harmony One. I made sure I selected that, and now I have a wallet connected to that mainnet, and I'm good to go. So you might see some information here, and that's some of the past transactions that I've done before. So you might not have that type of information log here. All right, so this is going to be one step that involves having MetaMask as well as working with Harmony, right? So you're going to have to kind of look at the documentation if you're unfamiliar with this, but in a nutshell, this is what you're going to have to be doing. All right, so the second step is to determine what your masked wallet address is in terms of One Harmony. So when you connect to the One mainnet, or Harmony One, I tend to call it One Harmony for some reason, but Harmony One, whatever. So the once you connect to the One mainnet, you have the wallet address, and this is an address where it's okay to show to people because I'm depositing money into this, right? So this is the wallet address, and I want to copy that from MetaMask, and then I'm going to be pasting that address into a website that's tied into Harmony One. So I'm going to go to that link right here, right? So assuming that I do click on that link, I will enter the number that I copied from here, from that wallet, and I'm going to put it in this search box. And once I put in that search box, hit enter, then I have this ID, and this is the masked ID for Harmony One that I'm going to copy and use when it comes down to withdrawing Harmony One coins from, well, wherever I'm storing that at. So me, I store some of my Harmony One in Binance, so I could use this address to withdraw my coins from there into my MetaMask address. Okay, so that's the information that you'll need to put into this address. Now here you see I've highlighted in red. This is the wallet address that's tied into my account. So you can just remove that and just put in the address that's in black in the search bar, in your URL bar, and it'll take you to a page that looks like this. Just put in your wallet address and you're good to go. So once you copy that ID, right, so this masked address, you'll go into whatever exchange or wherever you store your One coins, and then you're going to do a withdrawal. And when you're doing the withdrawal, you're going to enter that masked address that you got from Harmony's website, and you're going to paste it there, and then whatever amount that you want to transact and transfer over. So here's just an example of me putting in 100 coins, and then you can see the transaction fee is nowhere near Ethereum's transaction fees, right? So totally worth the transaction. And this is kind of a log here. So once you do hit submit, and you want to make sure that it's successfully transferred over, it could take some minutes to actually successfully complete. But after that, you should be able to see that amount in your MetaMask wallet. So going off to the next step. Once you have confirmed that your coins are there on MetaMask, you can go ahead and go to MuchiSwap, and I provided the link right here. And if it's your first time connecting to MuchiSwap, then it's going to look like this, at least for now. And then you'll need to connect your wallet. So you're going to connect your MetaMask wallet. And once you hit connect, you're going to have some dialog boxes appear asking to confirm the connection. So going off to this next step, assuming that you hit connect, you're going to get these type of boxes from MetaMask asking you to confirm the connection. Now, if you don't use MetaMask and use other types of wallets, this should work just fine too. Okay, so moving into the seventh step, you're gonna, once you're in, you can go ahead and do the swapping. So I just put an example of One Harmony coin, One Harmony One coin, and what it's equivalent to in terms of Onemoon. So I mean, the difference is pretty large. So you're going to want to do the conversion rates yourself to know exactly how much money that's actually worth in terms of fiat if you're paying attention to that. But you're going to have a fairly large number, assuming you put in even 1,000 Harmony Ones, for example, right? So this is already a large number, and that's just one coin. Now, once you indicate what you want to swap, so notice right here, I have one. I selected that in the dropdown. I also selected Onemoon. So that's something that you're going to want to do. And then once you have indicated what you want to swap, don't pay attention to this message right here. This is just an example from my account. I didn't have any more One coins, so that's why it says insufficient balance, but it shouldn't say that for you. So once you're ready to do the swapping, what you'll do is also want to select the slippage tolerance. So it seems like the common slippage tolerance right now for this is about 12%. And so you'll want to indicate that if you put a lower slippage tolerance, then it might not work. So you can go ahead and try to see if it works. But if it doesn't, you'll want to increase that. And there's some documentation of what exactly that means. And I provided this documentation here. So it says your transaction will revert if the price changes unfavorably by more than this percent, right? So one thing to keep in mind is that this information here, what I showed you, one harmony, one coin, right? That is equivalent to one moon. This number right here will change. So the market, it fluctuates, right? We know how volatile crypto is. So if you hit refresh, you're going to see a different number, and that's just normal. So that's one thing that you just want to pay attention to. Now, once you have the slippage indicated, then you can go ahead and just start the approving process, right? So you'll approve Onemoon, and then you're going to have MetaMask pop up again. And I don't have a picture of this, but you'll have MetaMask pop up and confirm. It's going to ask you to confirm that transaction. And once you do, it'll take some minutes to complete, and then you're good to go. And then you have Onemoon in your account. So that's pretty much it. I've heard from reading online in news feeds that it might be a good idea to just go ahead and disconnect your wallet after you're done. So you would want to go back to MetaMask and disconnect your wallet from MuchiSwap. You can always connect back to MuchiSwap to see how much you've earned over time. So it's a good idea to just disconnect your wallet for security purposes and whatnot. All right. But that's pretty much how you would approach this if you want to convert Harmony 1 to Onemoon. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.